Oh my god. I already started filming. I closed my door because this family is annoying as fuck. All the people here. Like I have love for them. I love them. But I just like really do hate them. Okay. But in today's video, I'm gonna do another story time. And yes, I braided this myself for the first time, so I'm sorry that it looked like a mess. I quite literally don't care because I'm gonna have this for like 2 weeks. This story time going to be about a friendship that I had a few years ago, and it really didn't end. It just stopped because this person, I'm gonna say my wrongs in this situation. I'm gonna start doing that, so maybe people going to respect my story times more, because I feel like I'd be owning up to the wrongdoings that I did, but somebody got mad when I did a story time and they connected them to them. So this story time, this person I have talked about in another story time, but I'm gonna change the name. It's not going to be the same. Every time I make a story time about a specific person and they in the story time, I'm going to change the name every time, because bitches be weird. Anyways,
this shit's starting to be weird.
So their name, I already have it in my brain. It's not similar to the person's name at all. Never similar to the person's name at all. So the name going to be Maria, and this going to be a friendship story time. So if I get a little bit emotional on this story time, or a little bit mad or aggressive, is because I genuinely care for this person the same way I care for the person before that I made the story time about. This is the same way, but this one really hurt it bad, because it hurt it bad because I genuinely never felt any bad. Like, it was never any moment before we became close that I felt, oh, this person is not a good person. So that's why I'm like shocked. It really hurted me. I'm shocked. I'm like, why didn't my intuition tell me anything? Like, it was at the end that my intuition started going off. But at the beginning, I was like, I did not feel anything. And if I say certain stuff wrong and stuff like that, words and stuff, I'm not from any country that speak English. I have learned English myself mostly. And yes, we learn English in school, but mostly I learned myself, if I'm gonna be quite honest. So if I say certain words wrong, I'm sorry. English is not even my first language. I speak 2 other languages, so not too much on me if I say something wrong. And I love that it was one person in a video before, it's far before, that said, oh, I love your accent, where are you from? I love that, because it's like, they clearly heard that I'm not from an English speaking country. And I told that person on the comments, I answer every comment, even if hate comments, bitch, because I'm human. That person, I love that comment. I like the person say, oh, I love your accent, where are you from? That's genuine. That's a person that is genuine human being, and I love that. I'm gonna do my intro. Hi, hello kitties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna do another story time. This is going to be a little, actually, I feel like the issue of this particular friendship breakup, because we really did not break up, we just stopped being close, is because we grew apart. And I feel like I started growing apart from this person first. But then what that person, I don't know what it is, but I don't even want to contact this person anymore, because I feel like actions that they did just show that they don't respect me as a person. Should I sit up? I should sit up, okay. They don't respect me as a human. Now you shaking and shit. What the fuck? Anyways. They don't don't respect me as a human. So that's why I'm not gonna be the one, because I feel like I always the one that trying to fix shit. Cause yeah, but this person never did. It depends on who is watching. It depends on, but it's like it didn't end in a bad, like in like, oh, like all my other friendship that I've talked about on this channel. It didn't end in like a bad note. I just felt like we grew apart, and I grew apart first actually this time, because usually in my friendships, no, actually I always the one growing apart. No, usually in my friendship we don't even grow apart. It's just like people start doing weird shit, and I started mirroring people, which is not something you should do. You should always be the bird of human in a situation, especially if you are a religious person, a human, decent human, but especially a religious human. But yeah, this story time started actually. We're gonna say a backstory. So this is a backstory, and we actually started being cool in 7th grade. So me and Maria and my friend Polly, y'all, if you watch the first story time, you're gonna know who Polly is. So me and Maria and my friend Polly changed the name to this person too, because we're gonna call her. I'm not even going to bring up the person from my other story time, because no, like I'm not doing that. Oh, we're gonna call her Karen. Why not? Why not? Her name is absolutely not close to Karen at all. But anyways, we call her Karen because that's the name that popped out in my head. So me, Maria, Polly, and Karen had a friendship group. It was other people too, but they're not as important to the story time as these people. Karen and Maria was close. They was close as fuck. Like they became close before us. Like they went in another class, and also they were also new here in this disgusting ass town. Hate living here. Ew. I need to move ASAP. No Rocky. Like I'm so miserable here. Like I hate this town. When people talk about people that hate their hometown, I'm the first one there. I hate it. Like the hometown, it's not even, I don't even claim this bitch. Oh, like imagine claiming, oh. That's why I always say, oh, I live in Stockholm. Because I live in Stockholm. I hate claiming living here. I hate it here. Hate every single person in here. I want to move ASAP. I want to actually move out of this country ASAP. Rocky. So this happened in like high school, the beginning of high school, because our high school obviously start in 7th grade and ends in 12th grade, and then university. It's not like in America. Okay? Y'all obviously can hear that I'm not from America. We were not as close. So this is basically the backstory. We were friends in 7th grade. That's basically the backstory. So our friendship actually started in 10th grade. So we were not as close. And something, I'm gonna start with the red flags as I did in the first story, in the story time before this. It's a closer friends with Karen, Maria. So this story time is about Maria. She was closer friends with Karen, but every time me and my friend Polly, every time we hanged out with them, we felt like we was never there. It was obviously, and we sat in like a group. We sat as a group. So it's just like, why would you do that? And that's a situation, that's a red flag that keep on going, even though we brought it up to them. And I wasn't bothered by this in the beginning. It was more Polly that was like, I felt like, ugh. I wasn't bothered by this in the beginning, because I actually a person, I actually like to hear when other people talk, as long as they don't make me feel like I are not meant to be there. Like every time I try to bring something up, they look at me like that. You know that look that people give, fake ass people give people when they're trying to like get involved in the conversation. That's when I'm like, okay, now we need to talk. Like now this is an issue. But if you don't make me feel like that, I'm cool. But these two girls, I was about to say people, no bitch, I swear. These two girls, what they used to do is when we try to get involved in the conversation, we getting ignored. They continue to talk like we're not there. And that was a little bit like, okay. If a friend ever do that trolls you, they are not friends. I'm telling y'all that. If friends do that trolls you, if a friend do that, they're not friends. Why you ignoring me when I'm trying to get into this conversation? Because if we don't get into this conversation, it's gonna become mad awkward and quiet. Like, and then when they realize that we're quiet and we're doing other stuff, that's when them like, oh, well, like Cecilia. If it brings me to my knees. Oh, like Polly. If like, yeah, hi. Now you realize I'm here. Hi. Hi.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Something I also realized. This was more happening in the beginning. When we started 10th grade, Karen did not go in a class. She went in another class, okay? But me, Karen, no, me, Maria, Polly, and another girl. Not as important in this conversation because this is actually a sort of between me and Maria. We went in the same class in 10th grade. But I need to bring y'all back to 2020, the pandemic. So me and Maria, we used to go and work out together. Okay? So we were working out. Da, 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 da. It was so fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna act like we didn't have fun in our friendship. But I felt like something that I started feeling, and it actually became. I wasn't delusional. I didn't. It was not something that I started feeling. No, because it's other people that brought this up. Is that she used to ask me to go out when her friend didn't want to go out. And I know that Karen is a person that she don't go out. Like, she don't go out like that. She choose to be at home like me. Now, like, at my grown age, bitch, I choose to be at home too. Like, I don't like going out actually, but I like working out. So we used to work out, and I like going on walks. That's so fun. Like, I love going on walks. It feels like ooh, I love the wind, on my face, like on summer and spring. So I like going on walks and stuff like that with my friend, with somebody. So we used to do that, and it was like in the pandemic to 2021. After 2021, shit go down loose with this friendship. Like, it's actually started going insane. Like, I'm actually, yeah. And y'all gonna see like the red flags are already there. Like, y'all understand where the issue was. Like, I felt ignored. Like, when I used to talk to this person about what I feel, because I obviously was already going through it in 2020, but I didn't realize it until 2021. And I used to tell her stuff like, oh, I was like, I have bad sleeping habits. I used to show her signs. Like, obviously when you hang out with somebody, they realize, they like clock stuff, like they understand, like they, and she used to be like, oh, do this, da 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 da. And then when we hanged out with other people, that's when I'm like, that's something that I don't accept. Something that I don't accept from friends is that they act weird, they act strange when we are around other people. But when we hang out alone, that's when you act cool, chill. You actually understand me. You actually hearing me out. Obviously, you knew I was going through stuff, and you was acting weird, and that's what I didn't like. And I did tell her one time, I'm like, I actually told her, like, why do you do that? And she was like, oh, I don't mean anyway, la 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 da, da, da. She also blamed it on, but when you and Polly do that, you and Polly do that too. I'm like, I don't like when people do that, because I know damn well, even when Polly is there, I'm gonna be nice to everybody around. I'm gonna talk to everybody around. And the thing is, I don't even talk that much in the first place. When I'm around people, I feel like very anxious. I don't even talk that much anyways. And even when me and Paul talk about situation, and we're like, oh, like, obviously we know that that person don't understand what we're talking about. We always explain what we talking about. Like, we always make everybody feel included. But that's me and Polly. I don't know what these other bitches be doing.
You bastard bitch!
Weird. And don't compare me to your weird habits. Okay. And this is something I'm gonna say. Something that I used to do that is absolutely not acceptable. Like, it's something that is just like, I blame it on myself. Like, I used to be like I used to be mad, and then obviously Maria used to clock that. She used to be like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm just tired. And 95% out of time, I actually used to be tired, but 5% I used to be mad, because I used to really be in my head and think, it's just so much stuff she used to do that was just like, but I know that she's a person that do not hold herself accountable, because obviously when me and when I went to her myself and told her, you do this, she started blaming, oh, but you do this with policy, you do this with policy, you did it. So I still wanted to keep this friendship because I still had love for her. I still have love for her. So when I used to be mad, I didn't used to say shit, but I didn't used to express my feelings very well, and I'm aware of it now. And I apologize, not forgive. I apologize to everybody that have experienced that when I had a time when I didn't express my feelings. But the reason why I don't, I'm gonna tell my reasons, because I have reasons. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I did that shit. Yeah, I did that shit, and I regretted it very much. But the reason why I didn't is because I felt like every time I did express my feelings, I wasn't heard. And 95% out of the other 5%, it was actually truth. I wasn't heard. And in this friendship, I wasn't heard. Like, she thought like I was just a friend that you can call when you was bored. And I feel like she realized that I wasn't that girl anymore, that I wasn't people pleasing anymore. And that's why we stopped being really, very good friends. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I realized this. When I stopped going to the gym, okay, because I stopped going to the gym a while ago, it's because like I've changed the gym to the other one closest to us. And she even stopped going to the gym like a few months before me, so I started going myself. And the reason why she stopped is because I feel like she was it was like she was going to a vacation and she never fixed her car, so she never stopped going to the gym. So I stopped going too, because my mom told me like, stop going to the gym because you're not going anyway. So because I stopped going after like a few months after her, because I started getting very much depressed. Like, I was going through it mentally, and clearly everybody, like, when somebody's depressed, don't act dumb. You know when somebody are not mentally okay. Let's be real. Every single person in my life that watched this video, you know when somebody is not mentally okay, especially if you're close to them. If you don't know, you're not real friends, period. So everybody around me that say, oh, I didn't know, you knew. Because I have questioned close people, like family members. I have questioned friends, like, you knew, but you still treated me like shit. Like, are you not embarrassed?
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Like, are you not ashamed? So that's what something I felt. I felt like I needed a friend when I started getting very much depressed in 2021. Like, my depression already started in the pandemic, but I forced myself to be happy. Like, I forced myself to be happy. I suppressed my feelings and forced myself to be happy. And that's why I wasn't good at expressing my feelings, because I didn't want to break down. But if you feel like you just want to scream and break down, let yourself, bitch. Because I did that shit, and oof, it feels so good. I'm free now. Anyways, still very much depressed, but not as bad as I used to be. So in 2021, boom, hell, I hate that year. Every time I hear that year, I get pissed off. Hate 2021, bro. The only time I liked it was in the beginning of 2021 was, and
my project, I'm gonna kill myself on camera.
Horrible. Hate it. We were still friends, we were still hanging out, but we was not hanging out as much because obviously I stopped going to the gym and she stopped going to the gym, but we was hanging out outside school. And this was only in 10th grade. Let me tell you, after 10th grade, we never hang out in each other's home. Let me talk about it. The only time we did is like birthdays and stuff like that. We never hang out. It was basically school friends. And I felt sad about that. I feel sad. And the reason why we stopped hanging out like that, because she started finding her favorite friends. Yeah, bitch. Because I can have a lot of friends. Like, I can have a lot of friends and I still appreciate all my friends. She is not that one that do that. Started having favorite friends. And what she started doing is every time we ask her to go out with us, oh, I can't. So you cannot find one time to hang out with your friends?
Clock it.
They're supposed to be your closest friends.
Yeah, clock it.
We've been friends since the beginning of high school.
Clock it. Went through.
Bitch, we've been your first friends when you moved to this town.
Clock it. Delete.
And you cannot hang out?
Clock it. Like,
that's what started pissing me off. It started pissing me off. And something that I started realizing, every time she wanted to go out,
And
and I needed to go out with her. So it says like every time, it was always like in summer when she felt like, oh, she didn't have anybody else, then she calling me and like, oh, do you want to go out? And my dumb ass said yes.
So you're blowing me off because I'm a little depressed. Once you get through this life sucks phase, I'm sure lots of people will want to be your friend.
So that's what I did wrong with my people pleasing ass. But when I stopped coming to school, bro, it was worse in 11th grade. When I stopped coming to school, she stopped asking me to hang out. She basically went ghost. We stopped texting each other. Everything went quiet. I'm like, oh, that's when people say, when you at your worst, people start showing the truth colors. Oh, when do you gonna come to school? The only person that asked me that was Polly. And that's why all of y'all other bitches, fuck you. Her, clearly, I told her, like, this summer, if you want to go out before you go on vacation, because obviously I'm not the type of friend that be like, oh, don't go on a vacation and hang out with me this summer. No, basically it's before because usually she go on vacations and I'm cool with that. I'm like, yeah, like, you can hang out with me like this month because I'm not gonna go on vacation because my family is whack as people. They rather like, I want to move. I just be at home and stuff like that. Not one word. Never asked me out. And something that I found out, she didn't ask me to go out, but she asked Polly. And something that I need to clarify to you, me and her was closer to each other than Polly. So why are you being fucking weird, bitch?
clock it.
I'm sorry, like, it is an issue here. Like, I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what's up? And that's why, because I found this out later on. Like, I didn't realize this because obviously I was emotionally numb, depressed, and all of that. And literally everybody around me knew. Like, I literally told her and the other girl in the friend group and Polly, I told all of them that, yeah, I'm getting diagnosed with, what was it? No, I have been diagnosed with anxiety and depression. So they knew. She knew. Everybody knew. Did she ask me ever, do you want to hang out? And she knew, like, obviously, we not dumb. Like, first of all, we went in psychological classes. So you know what depression are. Let's never play dumb. So obviously when you're depressed, you don't text anybody, to hang out and stuff like that, because you self-isolate. And that's something that I do when I'm depressed. Maybe I should work on that. But now I do it in a healthy amount. Like, I still around people. I just not around other people than my family. But yeah, I need to move. I'm gonna say that every time. Do you want to go out? And she didn't want to go. She said, "Oh, I can't. So every time when it get like that, you just stop asking somebody, and it still, like, when I was depressed and stuff like that, and Polly asked me, "Do you want to hang out? I went and hang out. Like, sometimes I said no, but sometimes I actually went and hang out, even though I was going through it. I still went and hang out. This girl used to always say, I can't. I'm gonna hang out with my cousin. I'm gonna hang out with this. So I was like, bitch, fuck you then. Never hanging out with you again. You are our school friends. Like, I came to this conclusion. And something that I didn't like was, you knew I was not mentally okay. You never asked, how are you? Da da da. And every time you needed something, you needed help with something, you da da da, I always said yes, here, da da da. And when she was like, oh, do you know the answer to this question, I used to always give her my answers. And like, I literally gave her, oh, here, you can get the answer to what my answer, here, you get it. You just don't write it the same way as me, because the teachers can clock that, oh, you got the answer from me. So here, always I was given. Yes, I had my ups and downs. Every friendship has that. I was always given. But then when it wasn't about school anymore, she was quiet. It was ghost. I was like, girl, are we even friends? Like, are we friends or are we classmates? Because we been knowing each other since 7th grade. Why are you acting weird? And I'm going to tell you something that happened. And it didn't happen a long time ago. It actually happened a month ago. No, 2 months ago almost. Because it's August. Soon. It's August soon. Anyways. But fall soon. It's fall soon. Hey, fall season. In fall, I'm going to post because I love fall. And in spring too, I love fall. Like, fall, I'm going to do... had a class dinner, and this is when this person gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. She gonna know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Maria, yeah, we sat in the same table with other girls in our class. Polly sat in the middle, in the other table with other people, and the other girl in the friend group. The reason why I don't talk about her as much, because she never did anything towards me, actually. Yes, we didn't like each other in the beginning, but it was like never no drama that it was like a story time worthy. She never did anything towards me. So that's why she's not as important in the story time, because she never did anything towards me. But yeah, they sat in the other table, but the other girl sat closest to us. What do Maria do? She instead of talking to me that sit in the same table as her, she start talking with the other girl.
What was the best moment of your life?
And obviously the other girl next to her, we cool too. Like, we cool. We not as close, but we cool. She clocked it. She look at me. I look at her. I'm like, I look at her like I'm not bothered. Because, girl, I was already mentally checked out of this friendship. I tried talking to her. I tried having conversation with her. Da 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 da. And you don't know what somebody go through, and you act like this. Bro, that day I even didn't want to go. Like, I did not want to go to this, and I really did not go. I didn't feel like it. But I was like, you know what? Let's go. I made myself pretty. I didn't feel pretty that day. it was one girl in our class that said, "Oh, you're so pretty." It actually made my day actually, and I didn't want to go because I knew some weird shit would happen. I felt it in my gut, cause like every time like I'm around certain people, those people, certain people. It's always certain people. You're around certain people. You know how shit going to go down. And I was down with this bullshit. Like I was down with school. Like I was down with high school. High school never did any good for me. It was not for me. And like they lied. It was all a lie. And then you do some weird shit like that, act like I was the one that ended this friend when you never asked me. Do you know what she did? She asked me at the end of the year, 11th grade. It was a few days before this dinner. "Oh, how are you?" I'm like, "I'm good, da, 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 da. I'm better." That's the only time she asked me if I was good. And I obviously felt like she did that because she knew, oh, we're graduating soon, so I need to be cool with everybody.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Girl, we're not friends. And allegedly, I'm saying alleged, one of my sisters saw her outside and she ignored them. Hey!
Okay, let's move on.
That's how I know you ain't shit. And yeah, I don't fuck with that. She did that. Let's never talk about graduation. Let's never talk about that day. But yeah, that was the story time. I hope y'all like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. And don't forget to please help me hit 100 subscribers. And I feel like it coming close right now. It coming close. I'm at 75 subscribers. 75. Anyways, it's a lot of people that are watching this that I don't know. And it's crazy. Like, it's people from around the world. Nah, not too much. But it's people that don't live in my country that are watching this. And that's creeping me out. It's like, no. But I'm happy. I don't know what I feel. Because it's actually me and my camera. And I obviously know that it's people that support me. Oh, why do my lip gloss do that? But it's obviously people that support me. But it's just that I feel like even though I get hate, and I get questionable comments on my social medias, because I have gone through the worst of the worst, it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. That's why I'm also low-key glad that I went through weird shit and like traumatic ass shit sometimes. I'm glad, not happy. Glad. It's like it happened, but now when something bad happened, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go through this because I already went through the worst of the worst. But anyways, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for subscribing. I hope y'all liked it here. It's very different. I did it myself, y'all. Y'all don't want to see the roots. I swear to God, it's hell like the roots is hell. But it's the first time I braid my hair. What do y'all expect? Anyways, and as I always say, should I change my intro? Like, comment that. Should I change my intro? Because it's a little bit inappropriate, but is that the worst that happened in this channel? No. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe, and let me hit 100 subscribers. Oh, I forgot to put 100 subscribers in my shit. I put 10k, but 10k is my real goal, but 100 subscribers is the goal for now. Yeah. Thank you for supporting me. I actually so happy. Like I was so happy. Like I was like, nobody watching my videos. Like I saw like 12 viewers. I'm like, nobody watching my videos. So I feel like if nobody watching my videos, I can say whatever I want. that shit. But I feel like, oh, nobody watching my videos. Like, okay, that's life. And I went in, I was like, why is the viewers getting higher, and why am I getting more likes and comments? It's kind of freaking me out because social anxiety, but that's the purpose of me posting. I don't. Okay. Anyways, bye. I don't want to leave. You know that person don't want to leave the party. That's me. No, I'm sorry. I'm the person that leave first. But yeah, I love y'all. That's why I don't want to leave. I was supposed to film another video, bitch. I'm gonna be fine. Bye. Hide your daddies, single daddies. Okay.